In this video, we're going to look at the product and quotient rules of derivatives. Now, for derivatives, I should say, not of derivatives. So the product and quotient rule for derivatives. So I'm not going to go through the proofs of these. I'm just going to show you what they are and kind of how they work by showing you an example or two. So let's start with the product rule. The product rule says if f of x equals u of x times v of x. So what that's saying is that we have two functions, u of x and v of x. We're multiplying them together. All right. So if we have those, then f prime of x is going to be equal to u of x times v prime of x. Okay. So u of x times the derivative of v of x plus u prime of x times v of x. So we're going to take the derivative of each function, we're going to take the original of each function, we're going to kind of piece them together. Let's look at let's see how this looks with an example. Alright, so we've got f of x equals 3x minus 2x squared times 5 plus 4x. So you can see each of these parentheses could be its own function. That's why we say it's the product of two functions. Alright, so we're going to take the derivative of this. So we're going to start with u of x. Alright, so we're just going to bring u of x down. That's our first function. So we got 3x minus 2x squared. Then we're going to take the derivative of v of x. And that's going to be 4. Alright? Then we're going to add u of x, or I'm sorry, u prime of x. So we're going to take the derivative of the first piece. And that's going to be 3 minus 4x. And then we're going to take v of x, which is just bringing down 5 plus 4x. Alright, so now we will multiply and simplify. 12x minus 8x squared plus 15 plus 12x minus 20x minus 16x squared. Do this on your paper. Make sure that everything I did is correct. And let me know if I did anything incorrectly here. But when we simplify, we get negative 24x squared plus 4x plus 15. Okay, so let's look at the quotient rule then. Now, the quotient rule you're going to see has some similarities and some differences to the product rule. So if f of x equals u of x over v of x, then f prime of x, the derivative of f of x, is going to be v of x times u prime of x, so the original portion v of x, times the derivative of u of x minus u of x times v prime of x. Okay? And then all of that is going to be over v of x squared. Okay, so you can see it definitely looks similar to the product rule, but it has some differences as well, kind of the organization, which ones come first, which ones come second, and so on. Alright, so let's look at an example. So f of x equals 5x minus 2 over x squared plus 1. So we're going to find the derivative of this. So we will start by looking at v of x. So that's bringing in the denominator. So we've got x squared plus 1. Then we're going to look at the derivative of u of x. Alright, that's going to be 5 minus u of x. So it's going to be minus 5x minus 2 times the derivative of v of x. So, and that's going to be 2x. And we're going to take all of that over vx squared. So it's going to be x squared plus 1 all squared. Alright, so let's start multiplying all of this together. 5x squared plus 5 minus 10x squared plus 4x. Now I could take the denominator and I could multiply all of that out, but to save myself time and a little bit of agony, potentially, I'm going to look to see, after I simplify the numerator, if there's any common factors to cancel out, because that might be easier than if I multiply out that whole denominator. So let's hold on that for 1 second. So we're just going to bring x squared plus 1 squared down with us. Alright, so just simplifying the numerator, we have negative 5x squared plus 4x plus 5 over x squared plus 1 squared. Now there is not any common denominator or any common factors in the numerator or the denominator, and that numerator actually cannot be factored at all. So we can leave it like this. So this is the product and the quotient rule for derivatives, and I would say take a look at this, use this as a helpful hints and kind of like a cheat sheet almost on how to do derivatives or how to find the product and quotient of derivatives. Hope that helps.